All right, so you're looking for the #1 tool to help you get started today in real estate, to give you the best advantage. In this episode, I'm gonna be talking about what is PropStream. All right, so first I'm going to be talking about what is PropStream, then I'm going to show you why you should be using it and tell you how to be using it and show you a live demo of my account and how I use it. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you a link that's going to allow you to start using PropStream today for free. All right, so what is PropStream? PropStream is a way that you can pretty much pull lists of houses or properties or even find cash buyers. But most of the time, a lot of people, and even my business, I use it for two things. One, to find motivated property sellers, and two, to find motivated property buyers. You can literally merge these and have $1 million business today at your fingertips. Why would you want to use PropStream? It's kind of like a way that gives you access to both buyers and sellers. On the first hand, the sellers, we gotta find sellers that are willing to sell their property at a discount or that are motivated to sell their property at a discount. And a lot of times, these are property owners that are maybe in lis pendens or notice of default, or basically they're not paying their mortgage, or they've got liens on their property, or their property's vacant and not earning them any money, or they inherited the property. All these things could mean they're possibly motivated. Another way to use this and why you should be using PropStream is you can find the motivated buyers for these properties that you're finding. So I'm actually going to dive right into my system and show you a live example of how I use PropStream and how you too can start using it today. All right, so here is my actual PropStream login. This is my subscription to PropStream, and this is how I use it. First thing I'm going to start with is clicking the filter button. And a lot of times you can search options over here. Is it owner occupied? Yes or no. Occupancy status, property characteristics, MLS, pre-foreclosure, bank owned. But I want to go over to the quick list choices. That's probably the fastest way to get started right here. And you would want to choose what I talked about, pre-foreclosures, like that's notice of default or lis pendens. That's anybody that's not paying their mortgage. Another one is bank owned. Once I talked about the cash buyers, the people that buy your actual properties. High equity, that's where they might only owe $20,000 or $30,000 on their mortgage and their house is worth $100,000 or $200,000. Free and clear, that means they have no mortgage on their property. Bankruptcy, divorce, tax delinquencies, flippers. That might be a good one. I've actually purchased what's called failed flips, or properties from flippers that maybe they moved or they were in the military doing a flip, or they ran out of money and we partner with them. So a lot of times you can find flippers to either buy your deals or buy deals from. You can't do both. They can't buy deals from you and you buy their deal. It's one or the other usually, but that list can be used simultaneously. Senior owners, these are older people. Be very careful when you're buying property from elderly people because you don't ever want to be misunderstood like you're taking advantage of them. So a lot of times I will talk to their children if we get in that situation. I really don't go after that avenue. Vacant land, I love that one. That's one of my favorite lists. I am the land guy, the creator of the Land Sharks. We've done over 400 land deals. Tired landlords. Basically, these are people that have owned the property, the rental property, for a long time, and they've really let it go on maintenance. Zombie properties, this is really cool. We have a lot of these in Florida. There's a couple definitions for zombie properties, but one easy way to explain it is this might be a bank-owned property or something that's vacant or something that's just going downhill. A lot of times, like there's pools in the backyard. There's a number of reasons that a property could be zombies, and I love mailing this list because you never know what you're gonna get. And then pre-probate. The owner of the property has died and it's not gone through probate yet, and then you would need to reach out to the actual personal representative, is what they call that, the PR, which would usually be a family member, a son or a daughter or a friend or a brother or a sister. So these are very touchy situations and you just want to be very mindful that they just lost a loved one. All right, so now I'm going to go and do an example. I'm currently sitting in Orlando, Florida. So I'm going to go ahead and put Orlando, Florida on here and just see what's popped up. So Orlando, Florida. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, so this shows me there's over 1,400 properties on the MLS, 1,200 foreclosures, 97 auctions, 495 bank owned, 60,251 cash buyers. Liens are basically, this could be mechanic liens, it could be bank liens, it could be city liens for not mowing the grass, all kinds of things. Vacant, that could be vacant land, that could be vacant houses. high equity. There's a lot of high equity. So I'm gonna go ahead and filter this down a little bit. I wanna just do a quick list choice, and this is keeping it super simple, but I'm just gonna go ahead, and I talked about the list pendants. So you can find that two different ways. You can go to pre-foreclosure and bank owned, and then go to statuses, and then just do notice of default list pendants, and we'll just leave it at that, and exit this out, or you can just go down here and hit close, and you'll see that there's 1,114 properties currently right now in list pendants in Orlando, Florida. Maybe you want to break it down to a smaller area of Orlando, but that's just one way, and all you have to do is click the unique properties. You've selected 1,114 of them. You hit add to list, and then you just create a new list, and you're going to call it Orlando pre-foreclosure, and then save it. I'm actually not going to save this list because this is not one of my farm areas. I don't actually buy in Orlando right now, but this is just for example purposes. But let's just say that I'm going to pull all 1,114 of those properties. I'm going to send them a postcard after I pull this list, and then I can actually pull out this list and start mailing this list. I can also skip trace this list by sending it to batchleads.io/TLS. Again, that's batchleads.io/TLS. It's on the screen. And what is skip tracing? This is basically a way that you can take this list from PropStream and send it to Batch Leads, and they're going to send it back to you with phone numbers on it, so you can call and text these people and ask if they'd be interested in selling the property. So if you use this link that I just gave you, batchleads.io/TLS, they're going to give you a bunch of skip traces for free, so you can actually start getting phone numbers for free today. And also, I'm going to give you a free link right now to start using PropStream as promised in the beginning of this video, and that's thelandsharkslist.com, thelandsharkslist.com. You can start using the PropStream for free, get the list for free, and then skip trace it for free, and start calling possible motivated sellers today. But what do you do when you get one of these properties under contract to buy it? I'm going to show you exactly how to find the cash buyers right now in PropStream, so you can call these people and sell them this property, or assign your contract and make a quick pile of profit for this deal that you might have taken 30 or 45 minutes to find. All right, but before I show you how to find these cash buyers, you gotta smash that payment button, that big red subscribe button. That is a payment to me, that's an appreciation to me, and it lets me know I'm on the right track to keep giving you good content every single day. All right, so let's find the buyers that are buying these properties. I almost said land because I love land so much. Buying these properties in Orlando. This gives you an upper advantage. I wish I would have known this just starting out. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep Orlando, Florida in there, but what I wanna do is I wanna look at the cash buyers that have bought in Orlando, Florida. Now 60,251, that's a lot of cash buyers. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna filter that down just a little bit more, and I wanna filter that down to where, let me go to, all right, yeah, so only thing is selected as cash buyers. So I want to go to ownership info, and I only want to look at the cash buyers that purchased in the last 6 months, because that's a huge list, and I want to take that down a little bit. So I'm going to go to the last sale date, and we'll go ahead and select May 19th, the day I'm filming this, and I'm going to go back about 6 months. So let's just say December 19th, and let's see what that looks like now in the last 6 months. All right, now 1,749 cash buyers. That's a little bit more of a manageable list, because I think before it was like 60,000. Another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click that filter button again, and let's just say that we were looking at single family homes or single family residences. Well, I'm gonna click residential, and that should also take it down a little bit, because these are the cash buyers currently buying residential properties. And you could do this with land, so it went from 1,700 to 1,200 now, so it reduced it down even more. Let's just go back to the property characteristics and uncheck that residential, and maybe we're just doing vacant land. Let's see what vacant land buyers have done in the last 6 months. 314 vacant land buyers. Let's just say you found a 1/4 acre lot in Orlando for sale, and you can get it at a discount. Land's worth 60,000, you get it under contract for 30,000, and you call all 314 of these cash buyers and say, hey, would you be interested in 123 Main Street? It's a half acre, it's worth $60,000. I'll give it to you for $50,000 today. You've got it under contract for $30,000, right? And you're selling it for $50,000. That's a quick $20,000 difference. My ladies and gentlemen, it's how you use PropStream, and that is what PropStream is. There's so many other things that you can do with PropStream. Again, to get a free trial today to start using PropStream, head on over to thelandsharkslist.com. And again, skip trace these people and call them, talk to them, text them, door knock them if you need to. You can also check out the video that I just did, door knocking scripts, to help you with that. And if you haven't smashed that red subscribe button, do so now. And then again, to be able to skip trace these lists, to be able to get the phone number and the email possibly sometimes, that's all skip tracing is. Head on over to batchleads.io/TLS.